The Vorthik armada stretched across the void like a constellation of death, their massive dreadnoughts gleaming with the cold light of distant stars. Commander Vex stood on the bridge of the flagship, his 4 eyes scanning the tactical displays with satisfaction. The primitive world before them would fall within cycles, its blue-green surface soon to be another trophy in the Vorthik Empire's endless expansion. "Sensors report no significant defensive installations, Commander," reported his tactical officer. "The natives appear to possess only crude chemical propulsion vessels. Their technology is millennia behind our own." Vex's mandibles clicked in amusement. The Vorthik had conquered 17 star systems in the past solar cycle alone, each victory easier than the last. This world called Earth would be no different. Their scouts had observed the primitive bipeds for rotations, noting their fractured societies and laughably inefficient warfare. The creatures couldn't even maintain unity among their own species. "Deploy the scanning arrays," Vex commanded. "I want a complete tactical assessment before we begin the subjugation protocols." The massive ships extended their sensor arrays. Sophisticated technology that could detect a single shuttle from 3 light minutes away. The electromagnetic pulses swept across the space around Earth, probing for any hidden defenses or escape vessels. The readings came back clean nothing but debris and the expected orbital installations. What the Vorthik sensors failed to detect were the 12 human vessels drifting silent and cold in the shadow of Earth's moon. The ships bore no resemblance to anything in the alien database. Where Vorthik technology relied on massive energy signatures and exotic matter, human engineering had taken a different path entirely. Admiral Kate Morrison floated in the zero-gravity combat center of the UES. Determination, her fingers dancing across haptic controls that existed only as light patterns in the air. The human fleet had been waiting in radio silence for 6 hours. Their fusion reactors running at barely detectable levels, their hulls coated with metamaterials that bent electromagnetic radiation around them like water around stones. All vessels. "Report ready, Admiral," whispered Lieutenant Tom Rady, his voice carried by quantum-encrypted laser communication that left no trace in the electromagnetic spectrum. "The Vorthik fleet is maintaining standard formation. Their sensors are active, but they're not detecting us." Morrison allowed herself a thin smile. The aliens had made the same mistake as countless opponents throughout human history. They had assumed their own technological superiority meant they understood their enemy's capabilities. The Vorthik sensors were marvels of engineering, capable of detecting conventional energy signatures across vast distances. But they were designed to find ships that worked like Vorthik ships, human vessels operated on principles the aliens had never encountered. Instead of containing massive fusion reactors with exotic matter, human engineers had perfected cold fusion systems that operated at near ambient temperatures. Rather than using energy shields that blazed like stars, human ships relied on adaptive metamaterial armor that shifted its properties in real time. The Vorthik were looking for elephants and couldn't see the tigers. "Begin the approach," Morrison ordered. "Maintain stealth protocols until we reach optimal firing range." The human fleet began to move, not with the thunderous energy discharges, typical of spaceflight, but with the whisper-quiet precision of magnetic field manipulation. Each ship was a masterpiece of engineering efficiency, every system designed to minimize detection while maximizing combat effectiveness. Captain Jim Rhodes, commanding the strike frigate UES Relentless, watched his screens as the distance to the alien fleet decreased. His ship carried humanity's newest weapons devices that the Vorthik would find impossible to comprehend until it was too late. Where alien weapons relied on brute force energy projection, human weapons used the universe's own laws against their targets. The Vorthik continued their scans, their confidence growing with each passing moment. Their sensors showed only the expected orbital debris and the crude chemical-powered vessels that posed no threat to their advanced shielding. Commander Vex was already composing his victory report when the universe changed around him. The first indication of trouble came not from the sensors, but from the gravitational wave detectors. Ripples in space-time itself began registering on instruments designed to navigate by pulsar signals. Before the Vorthik could process this anomaly, their fleet was no longer alone. 12 human vessels materialized from nothingness, their metamaterial. Cloaks dropping away to reveal angular, predatory forms unlike anything in the alien database. The ships moved with impossible coordination, their formation flowing like liquid mercury to surround the alien fleet in a sphere of death. Impossible, Vex breathed, his vocal cords struggling to form the words. Nothing was there. Our sensors detected nothing. The human answer came not in words, but in action. The UES determination fired first, its primary weapon system activating with barely a whisper of energy release. What struck the Vorthik flagship was not a beam or projectile, but a localized distortion in spacetime itself, gravity well that compressed matter at the quantum level. The alien dreadnought's shields, designed to deflect energy weapons and projectile impacts, offered no protection against the fundamental forces of the universe. The ship's hull began to compress, its exotic matter containment systems failing as the artificial gravity field overwhelmed their safety protocols. All vessels, engage at will, Morrison commanded, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's determination to survive. Show them what happens when they underestimate Earth. A battle lasted 17 minutes. When it ended, the Vorthik armada was debris scattered across the void, their technology no match for human ingenuity and the willingness to fight dirty. The aliens had expected conventional warfare and found themselves facing an enemy that had weaponized the universe itself. As the surviving Vorthik escape pods fled toward deep space, Admiral Morrison opened a channel to Earth Command. Mission accomplished, she reported. The fleet is secure. Recommend we prepare for their friends. They'll be back, and next time they'll be ready for us. She paused, looking out at the stars where humanity would have to fight for its place among the civilizations of the galaxy. But we'll be ready too.